One of the largest economies in the world is currently estimated at $250 billion. It's also the fastest growing economy in the world. It's estimated that within 3 to 4 years, it will grow to be a $500 billion, that's a $500 billion industry. Yet despite its success, it often gets little to no respect whatsoever. It's often overlooked and seen as immature. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about the creator economy, the online creator economy. More people than ever are considering this to be a viable career option. And there's lots of different reasons for that. There's easy access of digital tools and platforms. I mean, the platforms to use are free, the rise of social media, and the increasing acceptance of non-traditional career paths, especially over the last 3 years. There's a lot of creators out there right around the entire world that have had a lot of online success, sometimes by accident. And they're really making it look like a pretty good option at this point. They've had very lucrative careers and have naturally inspired many others to pursue similar paths. You can use YouTube with a business mindset, not just as a hobby. Surveys and studies have shown that a very large portion of young people express an interest in becoming creators or pursuing creative endeavors as part of their careers. So for example, a study by Morning Consult found that 47% of Gen Z respondents in the United States expressed a desire to become a content creator. And why wouldn't they really? But it's not just young people. Adults, senior citizens, more people than ever are actually choosing to leave the workforce for the opportunity to take part in the creator economy. There's people that have worked at the same job for many, many years who deep down inside them, they know they have something else to offer. They have some knowledge to share. They want to teach. And YouTube, podcasts, it's the perfect outlet. And it's providing some fulfillment that they never felt that they got through their traditional job. So they're actually choosing to leave their jobs, leave the careers to become full-time content creators. Now, there's a lot of different reasons for this. I talked to a lot of different people who are content creators, and I wrote down some of the main reasons. But before I go over them, I'm going to share some stats and just some pretty fun and interesting facts. So we all know the big names in terms of some of the social media companies out there: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. Each platform can be used differently in its own unique way to make money through e-commerce. There's affiliate marketing, which is actually very simple to set up and easy to use. An example of this would be having an Amazon link in the description of a video. So perhaps you've seen some people in videos are talking about a product and they say, if you'd like to purchase this or know more, please click on the link in the description. That link takes them right to Amazon. Every time somebody clicks it, somebody purchases from that link, they get a certain percentage, and it certainly adds up. Brand deals are available to anybody. Same with channel sponsorships. So for example, if your videos are about fishing or cooking or auto mechanics, you may reach out to a brand or an organization and say, listen, do you want to advertise on my channel or do you want to sponsor my channel? And in turn, you'll get paid, but maybe they'll give you some free product as well. It can be very, very lucrative, especially, of course, this depends on your reach, the size of your channel, not necessarily the amount of followers you have, but your reach. How many people are viewing your videos? And if your channel really starts picking up steam and you're showing personality, people are attracted to you and your personality, then you can sell your own merch as well. You can come up with slogans, merch that have your slogans on it. You see this a lot in politics. People with political pages selling stickers, things on hats and sweaters and everything else. But you could sell your own merch. Now, one of the easiest ways to make money off your channel without really having to do anything at all is through AdSense. YouTube AdSense. So basically, if there's an ad that plays before your video or during your video, you would actually get paid every time an ad plays before your video or during your video. Now, it's very small, but it certainly adds up. You put a lot of content out there, you put a lot of long form content out there, more ads will play, you get paid more. You're really getting paid by doing nothing at all. Now, YouTube, which I'm going to concentrate on, has 2.7 billion active monthly users. It used to be a thing back in the day where you would turn on to maybe pass some time on a commute, watch some funny videos, but it's become so much more than that now, including they have YouTube Music and YouTube podcasts. Almost anything imaginable can be found on YouTube. A few weeks ago, I was helping a family member. We were changing some brake pads on a vehicle. It's a very old vehicle, and we were having some problems. Anyways, we went to YouTube, we punched in the year, the make, changing brake pads, and sure enough, a video came of somebody changing brake pads, showing a couple different tips and tricks on how to change the brake pads in that vehicle. It was uploaded, I think 10 or 12 years ago, a very old video, but somebody took the time because they were there doing it anyways. They took the time to record it and upload it to YouTube. So 10 years ago, this person's still getting views on this video because we tuned in. It was something that we needed. There was a void that was filled, and they can usually be found on YouTube. If you've purchased a smart TV recently or a smart TV box, you'll notice that YouTube usually comes pre-installed now as an app. Same with Netflix or Prime. And a lot of families, a lot of children are choosing now to turn on YouTube while they're sitting at home in front of their TV the same way they would with Netflix or Prime. The demand for good quality content has never been higher. And that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. Maybe I can convince you to get into content creation because I'm sure there's knowledge that you have that people are looking for, and you may not even realize that people are looking for this knowledge. I also mentioned earlier that it's not just youth, adults, senior citizens. Senior citizens, years ago, they were the fastest growing demographic of social media users, and it certainly made a lot of sense because it helped with feelings of isolation and such. I don't know what the stats are these days. However, senior citizens starting YouTube channels, offering tips and tricks on cooking, gardening channels. They're everywhere, and they're making a killing doing it. Again, while helping with these feelings of isolation and being able to use a lot of the equipment, such as a phone, that they have anyways. It's very, very simple to do. You start up a channel and you start sharing your knowledge. You never know if it will be picked up or who will pick it up. I'm going to be sharing some stats here. They're not boring, so please stay with me, but I'll be looking down at my computer every now and then. Forgive me. I wrote down some bullet points. I don't want to forget anything. Goldman Sachs research revealed that the creator economy will double in the next 3 to 4 years to be a $500 billion industry. According to financial analysts, the creator economy is currently evaluated at $250 billion. YouTube is 19 years old, and the creator economy has been around about the same amount of time, so almost 20 years. So think of it like this. It's taken almost 20 years for the creator economy to be worth $250 million. And now Goldman Sachs research is saying that it's going to double in the next 3 to 4 years. So it's taken 20 years to reach this point, and now it's going to double in 3 to 4 years. So what does that tell you? Back to my point, there's never been a better time to get into the creator economy and share that knowledge. There's opportunities for both domestic and international growth, opportunities in many other countries and languages. Here's a pretty cool example about this. I know of one creator who is newer to this country, and he started a channel, and his target audience isn't in this country. It's in another country, and it's offering all kinds of advice and such. And this guy's actually killing it. It's not even, his target audience and his market is not even in the same country, and he's doing a bang-up job. All right, so let's go over some of the pros. I have cons as well. We'll go over them, but let's look at some of the pros of starting your own YouTube channel. This is for anybody at any age. And I'm not even talking about, this isn't for people who want to quit their job and become a full-time content creator. This could be somebody who just wants to make videos as a hobby. Okay, let's get with this. Number 1, freedom and independence. Creating content allows individuals to express themselves freely and independently. They can choose what they want to create, when they want to create it, and how they want to distribute it without the constraints of traditional employment structures. So that makes sense. Number 1, freedom and independence. Number 2, potential for fame and influence. In today's digital age, creators can quickly gain fame and influence by building a following on social media platforms, YouTube, Twitch, other content sharing platforms. The visibility can lead to opportunities for collaborations, partnerships, and sponsorships. I explained earlier how easy that is. Number 3, monetization opportunities. There's all kinds of different avenues for monetization, including advertising revenue, sponsorship, merchandise sales, subscription service, I forgot to mention that one earlier, and direct fan support. Many young people see creating content as a viable way to earn income and potentially make a living doing something that they love. Now, the only problem that I see for a young person, a lot of times you're not fully aware of what you do love yet and what you love to do, what your strengths and weaknesses are in life. Number 4, passion and creativity. So creative expression. For many creators, their content, it's an extension of their passions, their interests, their creative expression. Your family, your kids can continue to watch your videos long after you're gone. God forbid. You're almost leaving a legacy. They can know what you're thinking and know what your interests are in that moment of your life. They can look back at your life and understand that. To me, that's actually huge. The older I get, that's huge. Number 5, flexibility and work-life balance. Being a creator often provides flexibility in terms of your work hours and location. A lot of people, they value the ability to work from anywhere and manage their own schedules these days more than ever, allowing for better work-life balance. Simple enough to me. Number 6, skill development. You're constantly enhancing your skills when you create a channel, such as your communication skills, marketing, being a small business owner, community building, establishing relationships. You don't realize that a lot of these things are being done just by replying to some of the comments and building some of these online relationships. Number 7, this could be a negative or a positive. It's the negative health aspects from overconsumption. But there's also positive mental health rewards for being a content creator through expression and getting your feelings out. I don't have the numbers on this, but studies have shown that for you to be able to express yourself online, to get a message out there, has tremendous health benefits. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Number 8, very easy to start, low overhead. You can start a channel and monetize a channel with something that most people have, which is their cell phone. There's almost no bad cameras these days. You got to look at little things like proper lighting and sound, but with very, very little effort, you have what it takes to get going. Overall, the allure of creative freedom, the potential of financial success, and the opportunities for self-expression and connection drive many people of all ages to pursue careers as creators in the digital age. And like I said, why not? Have at it. I was watching a podcast not too long ago, and somebody was talking about the fact that there are 2.7 billion active users out there and that the market's saturated. However, even my content, I would like to think that my stuff is interesting. I would like to think that people pay attention. But the fact is, with 2.7 billion active users, even the biggest YouTube channels out there that may have 250 million users, they're still not reaching everybody. So yes, there is lots of room to move up. There's lots of room, lots of space out there for your stuff to be seen. Another side note here, something I feel is very important. I don't have any stats to back this up, but I know a thing or two about a thing or two because I've been around the block. There seems to be a huge market out there for people who have real life lived experience, I should say, who have been there, done that, who want to share their successes and share their mistakes, some of their regrets. There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of nonsense. And there are a lot of young people who are looking to older generations, people like myself, to offer advice. And it could be anything. It's hard to get, it's hard to look at a 17-year-old's channel to get advice about love and regret and marriage and relationships and everything else. No, but there's a lot of people out there. And again, there's a lot of people that are doing this. There's a lot of seniors out there that are doing this. They're starting up channels, and sometimes they'll sit in front of the camera and they'll rant or they'll chat, and sometimes they get emotional. But people, that real content, again, because there's so much noise out there, so much nonsense, there's a need, there's a desire for that real content. And if you do get emotional and you're sharing your misfortunes in life, maybe in the hopes of helping other people, well, that's real stuff. That's real content. And there just seems to be such a need for that these days. All right, let's go through some of the cons here. I feel like I'm rambling too much. Number 1, high competition. Yeah, there's lots of room out there. I mentioned this, but the fact is there is competition in niches. So you have to at least try your best to put out some good quality content. You can't just throw anything up there. Try to produce some good quality content. You'll know what sticks after a while. Number 2, it can be time consuming. Absolutely. But it's also a good way to pass time. Here I am saying the cons and trying to justify it, but it can be very time consuming. Number 3, changes with the algorithm. There's a learning curve. It can be frustrating. I wholeheartedly agree. I wholeheartedly admit to that. It can be frustrating. You're trying to read the algorithm or understand the algorithm. The best advice that was given to me that I hear all the time is don't try to understand the algorithm, understand your audience. You're not making videos for the algorithm. You're making videos for your audience. Number 4, negative feedback. Yeah, it's a reality. And not everybody will like your content, and not everybody is nice out there. You will get some negative feedback. It doesn't matter what you're putting out there. If it's a positive message, if you're showing how to properly grow a rose, you'll get some negative feedback because you're not doing it the way that they would do it, and there's a better way to do it. Listen, not everybody's good at handling that, but there is some negative feedback out there. Number 5 is success that you're not ready for. I find this to be true, especially with young people, because they get a lot of success. If they're successful, they get a lot of attention on them. You know, when you look at different movies like The Social Network, everybody likes to talk negatively about some of the things that maybe Mark Zuckerberg did with Facebook. I'll say this. We have all done really dumb things in life, but we didn't do it when we were responsible for the lives of hundreds, if not thousands of people as billionaires. Okay? The fights that we've had with our friends, the petty nitpicking that I had as a teenager, it may have been, a couple bucks here and there. It wasn't billions. So of course we're judging these individuals, these highly successful individuals, with a different lens, but that's to be expected. It's a fact. There could be success that you're not ready for. So if you've been thinking about it, maybe you're sitting on the fence. I hope this video has encouraged you a little bit and maybe given you a little bit of motivation to just jump, try it out. There's really nothing for you to lose. And I would love to know your thoughts. I would love to, you please share your comments. I've mentioned this in the past. I read every single comment on my YouTube channel, and I do respond when it's appropriate to do so. So please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and good luck to you in the future. And if you're already pursuing this, if this is your dream, then listen, all the power to you. And please keep putting out some good content because I learn from it as well. Until the next video, be safe out there, look after one another, and perhaps we will see you again.